Go.
Hey y'all, hey, it's Cynthia Carr here, live from Thomas JMH Studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. And we are bringing to you guys Bakers Unleashed podcast. But first, at the beginning of each episode, I like to give a disclaimer at the beginning of every episode that goes a little something like this. The nature of this show you're about to witness is not to cause harm or inflict any pain on any person involved or spoken of. This segment is to enlighten its intended audience and for us to woosah. We ask that we are not held accountable for what we may say because it is just simply our truth. And since we have to remain professional at all times, this is the space where we get it off our chest. Because indeed, sometimes, just sometimes, the people we serve get on our damn nerves. Welcome to Bakers Unleashed. Today's guest is Shay from Krazy Cool Dessert Cafe located here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
Shay, introduce yourself.
Yeah. So every time somebody introduces my shop, they give it an extra name, Krazy Sweet Cafe.
Okay.
Crazy with a K, of course, because I am a little bit crazy. But yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, it's good to have you here. So let's get it started and just like get it unleashed, like right off the bat. Tell us what made you start your baking business.
So it was not me, it was my daughter. We always talk about Sweet Cam, Sweet Cam. Hey, Sweet Cam, I'm out of shape today, okay? But my daughter, Sweet Cam, she started when she was 10. She's 18 now. Her pink little snowball trailer. She started the business. You know, she got us all hyped up. We got a brick and mortar 2 years ago. And we was like, hey, let's add some sweet treats, some desserts. Because we're not going to be in here just selling snowballs. So that's what we wanted to do. She wanted to go back where she wanted to go back to what she did originally, was make the sweet treats and things like that. And so we added on the baking and things like that. So that's how we got into Krazy Sweet. So Krazy Sweet is actually about 2 years old now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your style at Krazy Sweet Cafe.
So Krazy Sweet Cafe, we deal with a lot of youth. So it's always something crazy, something always sweet to eat. We try to put a little spin on everything. So one of our staple items is donuts, but it's donuts with everything crazy and sweet that you could think of. Fruity pebbles, brownies, chocolate, apple pie. We had a maple pecan donut yesterday. We do one of our favorites is a cookie butter donut with the Biscoff cookie on top. So everything sweet and your heart desire on top is on top of this donut, okay? And then the cupcakes, the same thing. You know, we do the cupcakes Cynthia style. You know, I think we're the only other ones with jumbo cupcakes.
Oh my goodness!
And everything that you
do y'all hear this?
Is on top.
Do y'all hear this? Oh my goodness! So tell us, Shay, what challenges do you find in your baking business from your day-to-day? Your day-to-day production that you have that you have in your shop, what challenges do you find that you face, if you face any?
I mean, first of all, people don't want to work no more, and I work with youth, so it takes 2 youth to make one whole person. Okay, but they my babies. I'm working with them. They youth, they're young adults now. Some have went on to college, but you know, one of the biggest things is when people come in and be like, "Hey, what did you make?"
Well, why did they say that though? Like, what did you make? As if like you're in a retail store, right?
Now we have Macy's, and I only want to buy your clothing item. No, this is all me.
It's no way. It's no way in hell that you can physically, literally make all of those things that you have displayed in your shop every day.
You one better.
What?
My kids are the bakers.
Oh my God.
I have a team of youth bakers.
Oh
so
my
baby, you so I usually switch it up. I'm like, you mean which one of these did I have made?
Right.
You don't want me to bake anything in there. You want me to top everything or make creations and things like that. I can do a little something, and there's certain things that I can make. But if I bake everything in that store, you would be upset with me. My youth are my bakers. My team of kids are my bakers. Yeah.
So do you collaborate? Because I think you said before, or I seen on your page somewhere that you do custom cakes as well. Yeah. So do you collaborate with other bakers that's experienced in that area to create all of your custom orders?
So my daughter draws people, and she just draws the right people, and I guess we just draw the right people. So I have someone that decorates.
Okay.
I have people that are from scratch bakers. and some are better at making cake, and then some are better at making cookies, and some, we all come together as one polished collective project. There is no one person, and it's too much. We get up at 5 o'clock just to prep. It's not even to bake.
Yeah.
We get up at 5 o'clock to make dough for cinnamon rolls and make batters and things for cupcakes and cakes. We need to make that day.
Yeah. See, the public think it's so easy. The public think all we do is just bake cake and bake cookies. Me personally, I think that a vast majority of the world thinks that bakeries are not real businesses.
You know what I mean? You don't see that many because it is a hard business. Think about it. A $5 cupcake. How much profit is you making off of a $5 cupcake? I mean, you know how many of them you have to sell?
Yeah.
But the preparation, it's a lot of preparation. If we open at 9, we're starting at 5, but we're starting with stuff that was prepped the day or the 2 days before.
Right. Yeah, but it's actually a lot of profit in cupcakes, though. You know, if you price it out right, like our cupcakes cost $1.38 to make, but we sell them for $4.50.
Right. And so also too, but that's what I'm just saying. People don't understand the prep. The cupcakes that we make that day, the batter is probably made at 5 a.m. Just to bake it later.
Right. Yeah. So how do you feel like you balance like the work life, thing? How do you balance that? Since you're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you're in the shop, and I'm assuming, because I have a bakery too, and we can be in there sometimes, a long time. So how do you balance like that work life?
It's hard because the running question always is, "Hey Shay, where are you?" It's hard. I think because it really takes a team.
Right.
But I'm a nurse too, so I'm used to working 12 hours. Well, I'm usually in the bakery for 12 hours. That's and we stay open later.
Right.
Fridays and Saturdays, we stay open till 10.
Right.
So that means sometimes even in the middle of the day, we're still re-upping. But work-life balance, I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of work and less of life. Especially with me opening and being a new brick and mortar. I'm used to traveling out the country 4 times a year. I was not able to do that because I did not have people that were strong enough to run my shop. Daughter girl, if we both going, we down and out.
Right.
And then she has a girlfriend that really helps us run the shop. So us as a trio, if we're all going somewhere, it's possible that the store is not running appropriately. And every time I step away, and then I look and there's some type of crazy review. Oh, we came in and the people didn't speak. I'm like, oh, not my shop. We speak first and we serve second.
That's what I always find hard, with being a business owner, when I want to take a break for me, when I want to take that mental break for me and, and go on a vacation or something like that. And it seems like every time I go on a vacation, that's when things want to go to shit. When you take that vacation or you're getting a bunch of phone calls, this going on, that going on. I'm like, what the hell y'all need to know about it?
To be honest, when I went to Trinidad for my father's 80th birthday, I had to close because if I'm taking my daughter with me, how am I helping you from Trinidad? I can't.
Yeah. So it's like, what keeps you motivated and inspired to just keep going through it all?
I'm a people's person. I just love people. I like when people come in. I like talking to them. I like that they enjoy the sweet treats. They come in. A lot of people don't even know we're still there, and they're like, "Oh, the place is so cute. It's so beautiful." Da, da, da. I just love the interaction. I like making the sweets. I like seeing people eat the sweets. I like coming up with the crazy stuff in my head that I think people should eat.
So that brings me to my next question then. So how do you deal with customer feedback? Say for instance, like when you get those customers that come into the store that want to be serviced by you, but they're giving it to you in a way where as though you can't reciprocate, you can't give back that same energy. You know what I mean? It's like, because they say us as businesses, we have to have good customer service, or we have bad customer service, but we also have people that are bad customers, as well. You have to be a good customer, to receive good customer service. So it's like, how do you handle those kind of challenges when you get those type of customers that come into your store? I know for me, it's hard. So that's why I say from up front, because sometimes it's either written on my face or sometimes it'll come out and I don't mean it that way.
Right.
And it's like, and they hit you with, and they want to go over on social media. Oh my goodness, Cynthia, her customer service is terrible and this, that, but not one time are they going to mention, they're not going to mention what they said. So it bring you to that point. Because we're not just nasty people just to be, unprofessional people just to be unprofessional. So it's like, How do you handle that when you get those type of customers that come into your store?
I was just saying, and my energy is the same all the time. So I believe what's for me is what's for me. And when you're wrong, you're wrong. And I actually take constructive criticism really well. I've always been like that. That's how I've always been able to do well.
Right.
But when I know somebody's not right, they're not right. And I'm going to check you and tell you you're not right. Because at the end of the day, I'm not no spring chicken. Yeah. And you're not going to talk to my kids, coming to the store and talk to my kids any type of way. You're not going to treat my kids any type of way, and you're not going to treat me any type of way. And so I demand respect. And if you cannot respect me, I don't have a problem with you ever coming from my door, because I believe that all money is not good money.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, like smile and like great, but my face always says everything like no. I even also say, even as me being, because you can also rent my space too. So you can go online, you can book my space, but I have to approve it. Excuse me. I am an energy person.
Right.
All money is not good money. Right. And if I'm not feeling your vibe and I'm not feeling you as a person, then unfortunately, then this place is not for you. Yeah. And my things are not for you. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I've learned how to do recently as well. You know, that all money is not good money. So if I feel like when you coming into my retail store, and you already giving me a vibe that you're going to be a pain in the ass, I'm going to reject that order so fast. I'm booked.
And
I will use that word so quick. I'm booked.
Yeah,
I don't even want to deal with this.
That's one of the things that I've been learning this year. You know when somebody's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
The couple of orders that I've taken with me and my bigger girl, and this is my older big girl, we the same age.
Right.
So me and Jay, so a couple of orders that we took and we know it was going to be a problem. I'm up on 2025 and 2024. I've been trying to do it. 2025, follow your first instinct. You know it's going to be a problem, just abort mission, because it's not one problem, it's another problem, it's another problem, it's another problem, it's another problem. It don't even be worth it by the time it's all said and done. We made no money. We stressed out. Yeah. Life too short.
Because what I've noticed is, like, when you have that in the beginning where you and the customer not on the, same page, and you have that in the beginning, what I noticed that is, you already immediately say, I know for me, I already immediately know. Like, I already immediately know I shouldn't have took this damn order. It's going to be a fucking issue when they come back and pick up this cake. And I bet a dime to a damn donut every single time, though. They come and pick, I say, I knew it. Like my daughter, contacted me the other day. Something, like you said, the spidey senses, something in me told me everything was done to a T, like, because I'm not going to send nothing out there. If I'm not going to buy it, I'm not going to sell it to you. That's just what it is. But something in me said, when I went to do an event that I had to do on Saturday, something in me said, it's going to be an issue with this black and white cake. I know it's going to be an issue with this black and white cake. And my daughter texted me, in the afternoon, while I was in the middle of that event. And she said, Mom, what time will you be back? I immediately said, what's wrong with the black and white cake? Because I know that's what you call me. She was like, how do you know? I was like, because I know it. I already knew. I said, I already knew. I said, because I already knew it was the issue when the customer called the store to put in a request to make a last minute, change on the order.
Last minute
when they called and put in a request to make a change on a last minute order, and I couldn't accommodate it because it was too short notice. And the customer had an attitude about it because I couldn't accommodate
all this cake stuff,
and I couldn't accommodate. And after we got off that phone call, I said, it's going to be a problem with this cake tomorrow. It's going to be a problem with this cake tomorrow. And I be damned. My daughter called. I said, what's wrong with the black and white? She was like, how you know? I said, because I had a feeling. I just knew it was.
Yep.
I knew it was. I said, I'll deal with it, when I get back to the shop. So that's why I'm trying to be very intentional now. With the or exactly. Exactly. So it's like, if I get the least little inkling that you're gonna be a pain in the ass, I'm booked.
And it's always the last minute.
Yeah. It's always the last minute.
Like, old dog 30, you want to make a order and be specific about 13 things.
So tell me now, how do you deal with like your financial challenges in the business? Because for whatever reason, people think because we're charging hundreds of dollars for cake that we're rolling in the dough, and that's just not simply the case all the time. So how do you deal with those financial challenges that you have in your business?
I said I was a nurse first, right?
Yeah.
It's called I gotta get it on my kitty. Everything, you know what I mean? Everything. We had two electrical fires on Charles Street that took our businesses out twice. And we was closed for a week, 2 weeks, and just several other challenges, things that come along. Maybe business is not doing great because I guess people think the cake business is doing amazing all the time. It's not.
So how do you prevent from having waste then? Like, how do you reduce the waste? Because with our businesses, we got to prep in the morning. Mm-hmm. We put it out on display for all of those to come and buy who want to buy. How do you navigate that waste? When you having so much left over at the end of the day, because you see that the foot traffic is not what it needs to be for that day, for the production that you made for that day.
Yeah, so my new thing is the food was just in the trash and it was done. So my new thing is so some things, you prep, you make, and maybe I made snickerdoodle cookies. Well, that could be crumbled for tomorrow for my donuts because we do snickerdoodle stuff. But stuff that is truly wasteful, like I have an abundance of. One of the things that I've started doing is just because we got the food truck, we don't take it out like we not supposed to, but we don't take it out as much because of the brick and mortar. But taking it out and just giving the stuff away and just asking for reviews.
Oh my goodness.
Because at the end of the day, tomorrow is another day. What am I going to do with yesterday's owner?
Yeah, but food trucks are cash cows. Like our food truck was making more money than our retail store. It really was. So it's like to hear that you're not taking your food truck out as much because you had the retail store. That's wild.
Because I had to train up a new team. So daughter girl is a senior in high school.
Right.
Other daughter girl went to college. Like my team is changing, so I'm also training a new team.
Right.
So as things evolve, sometimes it's so much to handle.
Right.
And because again, you got some people that manage and they do great and manage and don't do great, and you book stuff and you got the team, you can train them, and you find out they ain't showing up. Like what? Right. So I had to pull back from the food truck thing and doing events and things like that. But the food truck is the money maker, baby.
Yes, the food truck are cash cows. Yes. We was making $20,000 a month easy on our food truck because you're able to go to
me with no waste.
Yes, exactly. Because you're able to go to the people instead of the people coming to you. Because I tell people all the time that the world is changing. It really is. And people have gotten lazy when it comes to going into retail stores.
I'm gonna be honest.
They really have.
I even thinking when we did the Charles Street Promenade, that's when we go out to the street. People would rather walk up to you on the street than simply walk in the door.
Yeah.
But when I had my youth work kids on this time and they were set up outside of my store, we did so much better than when we were in the store, just because people have gotten lazy. They don't want to take an extra 4 steps in the store.
You know who messed that up? I say it all the goddamn time. You know who messed that up? Them goddamn food apps.
You right.
Them food apps and the market apps, they done fucked it up. They messed it up for everybody. Because in the pandemic plays a part in it as well. Because before the pandemic, retail stores were jumping. Like our store was just, I had a staff of 12 before the pandemic. Payroll through the goddamn roof, but I had a staff of 12. Yes, I was doing the revenue. And when the pandemic happened, people got lazy. Those food apps are jumping. Nobody want to get out the car no more. Nobody want to get out there on the side of the street. They want to show up at their front door in their goddamn t-shirt and drawers and a bonnet and accept their goddamn food right at the front door. Nobody wants to come out no more. So it's like
now they want you to come bring it outside.
Yes. So now the retail stores are taking out. Yes. The retail stores are really suffering because of it.
It's just the place to house, make the stuff. And how stuff, I have all my supplies for what the people need.
Yes.
People don't want to come in.
Yes, they don't.
If I said I could come to a birthday party in your living room or come deliver your stuff for free, I wouldn't have any people come.
So you're saying, are you getting the traffic that you desire?
Charles Street is really funny. The foot traffic is like really combo, really funny. We get a lot of people from out of town, like travelers. And also Baltimore as well.
Because you're near the tour, like the touristy area.
Yeah, we get a lot of tourists.
Right.
Well. We're technically in walking distance to the harbor.
Okay.
You really want to walk. But we get a lot of tourists, but then we get a lot of people from Baltimore and things like that. And people always think that the parking is so bad, but it's actually not, because people are like kind of always moving on the street and things like that. So it's just really funny. The funniest thing is, sometimes in the summer, I found we're actually slower, and then we start to pick back up because I got people out and people are traveling and things like that. But the foot traffic is still not what it could be.
So how does that affect your day-to-day as far as covering all of your expenses since you're not getting the foot traffic that you want. Like where is that at for you mentally?
It is hard mentally because the overhead for brick and mortars are a lot. It's not just the rent. You have to pay the people that's working, whether they sell the stuff or not, like this, whether the stuff sells or not. It's the insurances. It's so many nuances to a brick and mortar. People they wouldn't believe how much money I spend just to maintain a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
And we don't have a full bakery in our brick and mortar either. So it's really hard. And I still go back and forth with, because we have a space in the back that's like an event space that kind of helps bring us out. And I always go back and forth with, am I going to be able to sustain on Charles Street, because it is very expensive and the foot traffic is not always there.
Right. Do you find yourself, you have a change during the holiday season? Like, does it pick up during the holiday?
Yes.
You have like an influx of orders that come in during the holiday.
So yes, we have an influx of orders that come during the holiday, and then also we have the tree lighting on Charles Street.
Yeah, at the monument.
Yes, at the monument, we have more tourists in the area. The library actually does a lot.
Really?
Yes, they do a lot of programming. They have a lot of authors.
I would have never thought the library though.
They have,
you know, the main library on Cathedral.
You gotta go. It's really nice.
I haven't been down that
library. They have famous authors like Jada Pickett was there, and it's free. You just have to get the ticket, and like they always giving away free books to go with it. So between that and then you have the museum down the street, so people will stop before and after. So the holiday time is actually a pretty good time, and it really brings us out. Tree lighting is crazy. Like people come from all over.
Right. So how do you prepare and build a strong team or maintain your team in instances like that, especially like around the holiday time, or even not around the holiday time? So
for me, it's better because remember I deal with a lot of youth.
Right.
So my kids are coming back from college. My kids are out of school. I have my young adults that are still there, and so holidays are a big time for them, but not like us. So we just ramp up. They're always calling me. I have more employees than I can actually pay for. Miss Shay, got some work for me to do. I'm like, oh Lord, just come on, come on. But holiday time is good for us, and our staff is up and ready to go. And then even the ones that have left us, they come back during this time.
When they break.
So do you find that, or do you prefer to work with the youth, or do you prefer to work with adults?
Youth.
And I'm asking
even though it takes two,
not even thinking about
it.
Even though it takes two youth to make an adult, they vibrant, they happy, and my youth is because they really like working there, so they actually put me from behind the counter. They don't like me behind the counter when they work there.
What my struggle was with having adults there, and I'm gonna be completely honest, like my struggle was with having adults there. I was always thinking that, and I learned the hard way, I was always thinking that I had to befriend my staff, the adults. And a lot of times I got ran over on because I was too nice. You know, like they would turn my shop into a daycare. You know, they would call me, I don't know, babysitter day, can I bring my kid? I don't want you to, but I need you to come pick me up. That part.
Kids to catch the bus, but
that part, like, I used to have this one employee that would not come to work if it snowed. Like if I didn't come, and they drove. If I didn't come pick them up, they would not come into the shop. I didn't want to do it, but I needed. I need your ass ready. I need your ass ready.
No, we went to school like that. So we don't know nothing about not coming outside.
Yeah, or I'll have the employee that need to bring your child to work after school every day, and I'm like, I can't.
No, let me help you with a daycare voucher because
it's a liability. That's what a liability.
It's a liability.
It's a liability. Me having this small child back here in this kitchen, because if this child gets hurt, they gonna look at me.
Yes, and that's not it's liability.
Yeah, it's definitely a
liability.
Yeah. So what advice, just for a brief minute, like what advice would you give somebody who's trying to go into a brick and mortar store? And then we're gonna backtrack.
It's funny because
I know somebody is.
Right. So somebody that's trying to go into a brick and mortar, I would not advise that be their first jump into the business. I would advise you go do some farmers markets and do a nice tent setup. A nice tent setup is the way to go. It's the way to get your name out there. It's the way to get followers. It's the way to get people following you. You can do a ghost kitchen where so you can go and bake. I know you've worked with some people like that. But I would suggest a ghost kitchen and maybe a tent setup. So that you can get your following up, look at the laws for a cottage business to see what you're able to sell. I would not jump out on the road saying, "Oh my God, I'm the best baker it is, and I'm going to open me a brick and mortar."
But what a lot of people don't know is, like, the cottage license is real, yeah, for you to bake at home. But the cottage license is not for what most of them are using it for.
No.
And that's what nobody is talking about. Like, your cottage license does not allow you to make buttercream frostings using cheesecake.
So then you didn't hear me when I said look up the laws for a cottage business. You can't use dairy.
And people be so, amped up. I'm a cottage licensed home baker.
No,
baby,
with the products.
Baby, no, you no.
Right, that's what I said. Look up the laws for a cottage business.
Yes, like no.
I couldn't even do dairy in my own store without a grease trap.
Exactly.
I said, what do I need a grease trap for? I said, I'm not finding anything. They said because you have dairy.
Yeah.
And you can't have pudding.
Yeah.
Like all that other like unless you have an expensive grease trap.
I just laugh, when I say, oh, I'm a cottage licensed baker, but baby, you're promoting banana pudding. You know you're supposed to be making banana pudding. You ain't supposed to make it cheaper. You ain't supposed to
couldn't even make pudding in my business in the beginning because I had to get a grease.
You're not supposed to be making nothing. You can't even use chocolate as a cottage licensed baker because it's fat in it.
Yeah, that's why
you can't even use chocolate. You cannot use chocolate as a cottage baker. You can do jarred jellies like jams and jelly in the mason jars. You can do that. You can do nuts. You can do pies.
Simple.
Yeah,
keep it simple and start.
You can do what is that it's like a jam of some sort. But nevertheless, the things that
you start off, you could do cottage and then you can level up to like a.
But don't get me wrong, I ain't knocking your hustle because when I started at home, I ain't had none of it.
Well, remember I was calling you so I could use your location so you can do an event in Baltimore County.
I didn't have none of it. So we all got to start from somewhere, right? We all got to start from somewhere. You know what I mean? So how do you feel like promoting your business outside of flea markets and things like that? Because there's other ways to promote these days. Like to attract the audience that you're trying to attract, I don't think just doing it at the farmer's market is going to get.
No. That's no. So also people don't know you're a baker until you tell them you're a baker.
Right.
A lot of people that I know bake, their biggest customers are their co-workers. Then their co-workers' friends start ordering from them, and then the friends' co-workers start ordering from them. You have to let people know that you exist and that you're out there.
Right.
Even handing out, little samples, sometimes so people can taste your stuff and oh my gosh, I want to order from her.
So how do you feel like, how do you keep learning and evolving, so that way you can push your business, to that next level or wherever that level, may be? How do you keep learning? Like, what do you do to suck up the information that you need to know to get to where it is that you're trying to do?
Right, because a lot of it is trial and error. One of the problems that we have in Baltimore is we don't like to share information. For some reason, we're gatekeepers thinking that the gate is only for us.
Well, not me.
It's a gate for everybody. And I think it's enough money out there for everybody to, get do the same business and so everybody can still make money.
Yeah.
But what was the question?
How do you keep learning and evolving, in your craft, so that way you can get to that next level that it is that you're trying to get to? Where are you pulling your information from? I get it that we have to learn from trial and error, but trial and error is only so much. Yeah, trial and error is very costly.
I'm sorry, but I like the VIP version. Get you a mentor. Get you somebody that has been doing it for a minute.
I say that all the time.
Immerse yourself with other bakers. Go to networking events. Even these conventions, they're really nice. Even if you're networking with people that are not even from Baltimore,
right? Get
around the same people that are doing the same things that you're doing, so that you can learn from their mistakes, so that you don't have to make them. Because my mistakes are costly.
Yeah. So, what techniques or tools that you use in your business to be more, I guess, efficient? Like, what tools and techniques that you say you use
What tools and techniques? Ooh, because I'm I'm one of those most unconventional people ever.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so you're not are you using any tools to help? Like, say for instance, what tools and techniques are you using to help promote your business more? Because for me, like I tell people all the time, like farmers market only going to get you, but so far
No.
your audience might not even be at farmers market.
Because a lot of people don't even go to farmers market.
Right, right. So you have to promote
you have
on
to
social
network,
media.
you have to promote on social
You
media.
have to. It's
but
important.
also too, I have went back to what I was good at in my medical world when I used to do community health, community outreach, and foot marketing. Don't think that social media is going to carry you through because it's not.
You said don't say what?
Social media is going to carry you through because
I gotta disagree.
I'm gonna say, but after you get good at it,
right? I'm gonna say I disagree with that.
But if you're not good at it yet,
but that's why you need to tap into the resources,
you mentor
to teach you what you need to know.
Right. Guess what? So marketing is not your thing. Guess what? I have a business bestie as a marketing person.
Yeah.
I am going to go to her because that is her thing. I can't do everything.
Right.
I don't want to do the payroll because I might mess up somebody's stuff. I need to make sure it's set up and structured properly. So sometimes you got to pay to play. Yeah. Or either barter. Right. We believe in bartering too.
Yes. And that's why I tell people you want to pay either way, whether you pay with your time or whether you pay with your money. Either way, you're going to pay. But which way do you rather pay? Me, I rather pay with my money because I don't have time to exactly pay the money so you can get results. You pay with your time, you getting a bunch of frustration, no results at all, broke, spending a bunch of daggone unnecessary money because you don't know.
Still coming up with bad results.
And you still coming up with bad results. Pay for the damn results so you can get exactly what it is that you need. Yes. And that's why I speak to people all the time, especially on social media, telling people how important social media is for your business. It is super important to market your business on social media.
And you have to do it properly.
Because how else are you going to market your business? Nobody is reading the newspaper no more unless they 50 and over. That's most of the time, your audience.
People even remember that I was even on the news because people don't even watch the news.
Right. And that's why honestly, like when I get those emails from producers, Cynthia, we want to put you in this spot for the news. I done been there, done that. I don't want to do no more news segments. Right. I don't mean no harm. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for it. But I don't need no more news spots. I don't. I need a larger platform. Nobody is watching regular TV no more.
No.
So if you're not getting their attention through social media and through these apps, how else are you getting their attention? And I hear people say all the time, I don't know how to, it's so hard for me to get the content and for me to post the content. You know how many pages I manage a day myself? I manage so many pages a day myself and I still get it done. Like I tell people every damn thing. When you hear that cliche on social media, want to know when people say, is everything content? Everything is really content. It really is. All you do is take your phone, and I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game. Take your phone, put it on a damn tripod while you working, and hit the record button and just let it run. Just to let the goddamn record button run. Whether it run for an hour, whether it run for 2 hours, let it run. Then chop it up, and then you have a shitload of B-roll. B-roll is content. You know why? Because it engages the customer. It engages the customer. Exactly. It engages the customer to let them know what it is that you're doing. And if they want to feel like they have a seat at your counter in your kitchen, or they have a seat at the table in your commercial kitchen. They want to feel like they're sitting in that same room with you. So don't feel like you don't have no content. You have a shitload of content. B-roll is content. Do a voiceover on it, speaking what you know, and put a caption on it, and there you go. If you need assistance with it, I hear people, they do a thumbs down with ChatGPT. Well, believe it or not, honey, that's my best friend. ChatGPT is taking over. So if you better get on board, like quick, because your ass is going to be left behind. Your ass is going to be left behind. And I hear people say, you didn't write this, you didn't do that, you didn't do it. ChatGPT did it. Let me tell you something. About ChatGPT. I don't give a damn what you put in ChatGPT. It's only going to respond to you with the question that you ask. So if you're not experienced in the area of knowing exactly how to access a certain question for you to get that prompt that you need, then that's just what it is.
And that's also a quiet skill.
So I wrote that damn book. You know what I mean? I wrote that, and right, that is an acquired skill that you have to learn. Your chat GPT response is only as good as the prompt that you put into it. Yep. You cannot just put in a one question, a one sentence line, and expect for you to get the prompt back and return to you of what you needed. What sense does it make for me to sit there and spend 30 to 60 days to write a fucking book, and chat GPT can do it for me in 5 minutes if I know the questions that I needed to ask?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Your response that you get from that is only as good as the prompt that you put into it. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that.
Your money and time.
Yes. So that's why I say, you know, the learning, the innovation, you know, of things that's going on in the world. The world is going digital, you guys, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So tell us again, as far as like your waste that you have at the end of the day. Share some tips with the people that's watching. How can you reduce the waste in your bakery? Because I know you spoke earlier that you said, you know, you're throwing it, you know, you're throwing it, and you right. I'm sorry, you used to throw it in the trash.
One of the things, so give them attention more to your trends, your clientele, seeing how many, you know, you have to really pay attention to your volume. That's one of the things, pay attention to your volume. So you know how much you're making and how much you need to make. Like I used to be like, oh my gosh, I'll never sell out. I'd rather sell out than have a whole bunch of waste at the end of the day. And that's what I have to explain to you. We stay open till 10, baby. We're not making donuts at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
I'd rather sell out by 8 or 9 because then we don't have old donuts for the next day.
Right.
I don't want to have to throw those away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us again, because I don't think you went into that as much, you know, as detailed as we would like. Can you discuss with us the role that social media plays in your business? Because I know I heard you say that social media don't work for marketing business, and I was like, no,
that's not. Social media is key. You have to know what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're doing, then you get somebody that knows what they're doing. That's when you get your mentors or your professionals. So sometimes, again, you have to pay to play. Right. But social media is very important because it's catching everyone's eye. And like I wasn't on TikTok, and before I knew it, the kids had created TikTok, and I was like, what y'all doing? They was like, we can buy on TikTok. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Social media is very important. I get so many youth that come in like, oh my God, can I have the stuffed strawberry cheesecake donut? Right. He's like, I saw it on TikTok. So social media is very important because that is the way of the world. Yeah. It just is what it is. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think TikTok is better, in my opinion, than Instagram. As far as promoting small businesses, I really think TikTok is better for that because that's where your audience is most of the time. Your audience your audience that sell what we sell, a lot of that audience is over.
And they do exactly what and my kids do exactly what you said. They just everybody got their phones, they got them up, they record and everything, and then they go back and they chop it up later.
So how do you decide what new items to bring or when to bring that new item? How do you decide that? Like, where does that come? Where does that information come?
We're crazy creatives over on my side. We wake up and be like, oh my God, this would be so good. We try to stick with, you know, like fall and winter and summer, but we crazy. Every week we doing something different. Right. So we're unpredictable. So that's not even a good question to ask me. If you want to be predictable, don't ask me that. Because we do everything unpredictable.
Yeah. So what would you say is the most rewarding part of owning your business?
Just people enjoying what you do and just providing things that people love and enjoy. It's just that simple.
So have you ever collaborated with other businesses? And what was that? And what's that like?
So I collaborate all the time. And
really?
That's why the cafe is not called Sweet Cam. It's called Krazy Sweet because I wanted to collaborate with other bakers, other business owners, and give everybody one spot to be able to come together and us work together, do different things. So I collaborate all the time.
Really? So and you like it?
Most part.
What was the most fun one that you did when you collaborated? If you had to pick one, what was the one that you got the most enjoyment from?
My Youth for Kids.
That collaboration?
Youth Works. Yeah.
The youth work
I
kids.
got 16 kids, and they all had their own niche. And
So you
field.
have a staff of 16?
So no, this was my youth work kids. Was 16.
Oh, okay.
16 people in the shop.
What? About to say, you got it. Oh my
No, my
goodness.
youth work kids were my best collaborators. I'm going to be honest. And I was afraid of it.
Okay. So how do you approach like sourcing your ingredients that you need, like for your inventory? What does that look like? Like your inventory? Is it a certain day of the week that you have to do inventory? Is it different places that you have to go to throughout the week? Like how does that work?
We do our inventory daily.
Daily.
We have,
oh my God.
Yeah, so what we have is we have minimums, and we kind of like check it down on a daily basis because we don't keep an abundance of stuff.
Right.
We don't.
So you're shopping every day.
Oh no, baby. We're not shopping every day. I do inventory
on a daily basis. Okay.
So no, before we were running to the market daily or we forgot this, we forgot this. So we're doing our inventory every day so that we know what we have. But no, I had to get with wholesalers and things like that. That market stuff, that's cute, but that ain't cute enough. Even Restaurant Depot and things like that, that's cute. No, I had to get with my bakery wholesalers to get what I needed. One, I'm going to get the best price for the bulk. And nobody has time to keep on running to the store. Yeah. I don't even like going to the market for my own self to eat every day. I'm definitely not going for the business. It was wearing me out.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people too, like going to the grocery store to do your inventory run every week, no. Especially if you're using this stuff every week. I mean, like every now and then I gotta run over to Walmart because we're right across the, right across the street from it. And I gotta go in there and get, a couple of things. But I'm not doing my whole inventory list in no Walmart paying retail prices.
You can't
when you can get it.
No, you're gonna pay $10 for a cupcake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what skill or technique that you wish you learned? Or that you want to learn?
That I want to learn?
Yeah. What's the skill or technique in your baking business that's for your baking business that you want to learn?
More systems and automation.
Automation. Automation is on what end?
Automation's on everything. It makes life easy.
But there is automation.
Yeah, but I could have learned everything.
Well, that's what you're going to know unless you pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, but you got to know the little back end stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how are you going to learn automation if you don't learn it? Like you have ManyChat that can handle all of your cake questions. Like say for instance, you go subscribe to ManyChat.
See, I never heard of that.
See? I'm about to put you on some game.
Right.
Especially with, doing marketing through social media. Subscribe to ManyChat. I think it's $15 a month to ManyChat. So that way, when you post something on social media, you will put in your caption, say, comment a certain word, and then that automation is going to automatically send that link to them in their DM. Like, say, for instance, that they need to place an order with you.
I know what you're talking
about. And you post something on social media. And it's like, to get the link on how to order, comment the word cake. And everybody that comment the word cake, ManyChat is going to automatically send that automation to their DM. So that way they can go ahead and place the cake order with you.
But we were doing the hard way.
But here's the thing. ManyChat will send that automation to their DM for them to, to place the order. And say, for instance, if that customer then asks another question, because they're going to think that they're talking to us.
Right.
They're going to ask another question. ManyChat is going to spit another automation to them. And the next automation that they spit to them will be like a price sheet, like a starting at price sheet. So they already know. So that way you're not going to your inbox or in your inbox all day long, because people in your inbox all day long. How much is this cake? How much is this cake? I get like 30, 40 DMs a day. I'm not responding to none of them. I'm sorry. I'm not responding to none of them because ManyChat is going to respond to all of them. I get those DMs. How much is this cake? Yeah, but that amount. You know how much time that saves you?
Yeah, they had a whole nother number with a whole thing of message. And
you know how much time that saves you.
It also keeps you from missing money.
Yes. Yes. It sends them the price sheet so they know exactly how much the price of something starts.
And it helps them book.
Yeah, it helps them book. And then ManyChat will spit another automation to them, say, if you have more questions or you need information, please feel free to give us a call at this number.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about when I say you need to get better at the system. So
girl, I got you.
Work for the system. Yeah.
I got a guide on that.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a whole guide on how you set that up.
know.
I heard a whole guide on that, how you set that up, for mini chat for you to get those automations. It's crazy.
Because I knew it existed. I said, I'm out there to somebody.
It's crazy. So how important is the feedback from your customers, or do you? Because I heard you say like you don't mind constructive criticism.
Yeah, so it used to be feedback was crucial. Like I was like all stressed, but I don't pay any money anymore because guess what? I figured out half of it was bullcrap.
So how do you deal with those customers that?
Because people just mean for no reason. They hateful and they just hate it, and I don't have time. Now let me be clear. When I mess something up, I own it. Like, oh my God, I own it up. I own it because we human, right?
So tell us how you handle that.
So
how do you handle a failure?
Okay, so I had a failure. I had somebody order a cake, right?
Yes, give us that story.
It probably wasn't as cold as it should have been for a birthday party. And my daughter was like, "Ma, in the middle of the birthday party, the cake, because it was a heart cake."
Right.
So, it's not, she said it started falling apart.
Oh my Jesus.
Right. Because it was warm, it was hot in there. So she was like, "Ma, in the middle of the party, it started falling apart." So she kind of like fixed it back together. She put it in the refrigerator. She saved it. But again, it wasn't top tier cake. So, after that was over, I apologized to her. I gave her a full refund, but then I also gave her like a voucher for another cake whenever she wanted. Because again, we're human, things happen. And I'm not going to be like, "Oh my God, well, I can't help you." Like, yeah.
So how does that help you to prepare for not the next time, but how
better instruction on how to deal with the cake? Because people don't, maybe she didn't know that it was super hot where the cake was, and the cake was just falling apart all over.
So the cake got decorated while it was hot?
It wasn't decorated while it was hot, but in the party where the cake
was okay.
So it started falling apart. So that was just better instructions, like, oh yeah, I should have gave her better instructions or that type of thing.
Right. So if it's anything that you need in your business right now, what would that be?
Cash. Money.
I knew you was gonna say that. If you would need money.
Yeah.
For
everything.
Like what?
No, employees. No, we really be really honest.
Yeah, the payroll is the most expensive.
Payroll is the most expensive thing in my business. I am going into a new location. I'm going to need at least 3 full-time employees just at that location. That's not including all of the part-time people that I will need as well too, but money for payroll.
Okay. So what strategies are you taking to kind of implement more streams of income in your business, opposed to just depending on the walk-in traffic that come into the store? What other, things are you doing or can you do to create multiple
streams? So the bookings, looking at digital items. So when we open our new location, we'll also have merchandise. We didn't have that in the beginning. So having merchandise that you can walk in and get, but also things that are online, and just making sure that we have better automated streams, but also just having, so not creating different businesses, but from the one business that I have, how can I maximize getting multiple streams of money from this one business?
And the several
classes.
Yes.
Things like that, adding the merchandise, adding the classes, adding the education.
Fundraisers.
Yes, fundraisers, working with, I have several nonprofits that want to work with us. So that way, so taking my one business, not doing 15 other like I usually do.
Right.
You're crazy entrepreneur. Yeah. Taking it back to the one business, and how can I make multiple streams of income with this one business?
And that's what I tell people. I try to, teach people as well. You don't have to go start a whole bunch of goddamn businesses just to make more money, because you got several streams of income in that one goddamn business. It's particularly bakery businesses. You can do classes, like hands-on, in-person classes. You can do classes virtually online, which will be sold as a digital product that sells over and over. You create that class one time and you sell that class 1,000 trillion whatever damn time.
GPT to help you out with that.
Exactly. But know the prompts to get it for you to get the response that you need. You have fundraisers. You have digital products. You can sell your recipes. Don't be so, tight grip on, your recipes. It's people out there that want your recipes. Sell them. Give them that recipe. Sell it.
Want to make them.
Exactly. It's like you want to sell that. You want to sell that recipe 100 times. Only about 20 of them are going to actually use the goddamn recipe. But that is not your problem because you sold the damn recipe.
Right. Exactly.
Sell your damn recipes. If you want to teach classes and you're at home, you know, supposed to in an actual retail store, and you want to do classes, but you don't want the people in your house, that's completely fine. Put that damn tripod up on your counter, like I told you earlier.
People person.
That person, that part. Put your phone on a tripod, and you're going to walk those students through that tutorial from beginning to end. And you're going to sell it as a digital product over and over and over again. Price it low. Price it low. Because I'm going to tell you, like the president of Harris Teeter told me before when my cakes was in Harris Teeter grocery store. Do you want to sell 100 products slow, or do you want to sell 1,000 products fast? Price it low, because you're going to make the money over and over. A digital product is 100% profit because you don't have nothing to ship.
You don't have nothing to lose.
You don't have nothing to lose. You don't have nothing to ship. You don't have nothing to create. You don't have none of that because you already created the product, you know, that one time. But you have several things, several streams of income that you can get, you know, out of your baking business, especially y'all with digital products. Like I said, the world is going digital. And if you're not hit to it now,
with special gadgets you use, you could have it on Amazon and people
purchase
it that way. There's so many things that you can do.
Get digital. You have to now, coming into 2025, and y'all already seen a glimpse of it this year in 2024. Make things in your business as convenient as possible. You have to make it as convenient as possible. Like I said, you have these food apps that delivering your food, you know, to your front door, that messed it up for every goddamn body. That messed it up for all businesses, to be quite honest. In the pandemic, people are lazy. They don't want to get up no more. They want the microwave effect. So now, you know how we used to bitch and complain, you know, years ago, saying, you know, everybody just want the microwave effect. They just want to push your button. They want stuff to be done. Give it to them. It's ways to create it that way now. It really is. So whatever you can do, make your business as accessible as possible for that client it is that you're trying to attract. Shay, it was an absolute pleasure here having you today. Please let
my twin.
Yeah, this was not planned. His hair, this what I promise y'all
came here like the Deuce head.
Not planned. This was not planned. So Shay, you're located here in Baltimore, Maryland. So tell everybody where they can find you, like your address, where you're located at, your social media handles, phone number, website, all that stuff.
So the easiest way always to find us is we are Krazy Sweet Cafe with a K. So that's KrazySweetCafe.com and Krazy Sweet Cafe on Instagram, DoorDash, Uber. We're at 407 North Charles Street right now, but we do got a little something extra coming.
Yes.
So follow us on social media at Krazy Sweet Cafe with a K, and you will find out what we have new coming in store for you.
Yes. And that is going to wrap it up tonight, you guys, for this episode. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. And we can't wait to join you guys next week at the same place, same time. Thank you guys so much again for joining in at Bakers Unleashed. And we're out.